Stop. Everything you think you know about manifestation is too small for what you're actually capable of. Your manifestation is not slowly moving toward you. It is not gradually taking shape. It is not waiting on divine timing. It is already complete. In the exact second, the instant, you assume a new state with genuine feeling, a shift occurs so total, so immediate, that the physical world is left with only one task: to catch up. You are not waiting. You are not hoping. You are not asking. You are remembering a reality that consciousness finished long before your mind realized it. This is why the greatest spiritual teachers kept repeating the same truth. The end is already fulfilled. Not manifested eventually. Not arriving soon. Fulfilled. Complete. Done. And you are simply walking the path that matches what you've already selected. This is the first secret. You are never chasing your desire. You are walking toward a version of yourself where the desire is already normal. Everything else is just noise. Everything else is distraction. Everything else is the mind confusing itself with time. The universe, consciousness, the field, whatever name you give it, doesn't need time. Only you do. Only your senses do. Only your nervous system does. Creation doesn't happen in steps. Creation appears in wholeness the moment you assume it. What you call manifesting is simply the experience of crossing the bridge toward what is already yours. The bridge forms instantly. The path unfolds gradually. The result is inevitable. And yet people sabotage their own inevitability every single day. Why? Because they don't understand who they are. Not who am I in a spiritual sense, not who am I in a philosophical sense, but who you actually are in relation to your reality. You think you're a character in the story, but you're the one writing the pages. You think you're the one reacting to circumstances, but circumstances are reacting to you. You think you're waiting for signs, but the signs are waiting for you to stop doubting. This is the second secret. Your world is you pushed out. Every person, every event, every closed door, every opportunity, every coincidence that shakes your chest, every delay that frustrates you, every unexpected opening that feels too perfect to be random. It is all responding to your state, not your wishes, not your cravings, not your affirmations, your state. The self you become internally is the world you walk into externally. This is why people who assume power walk through life differently. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for signs. They don't wait for approval. They assume, and reality organizes itself around that assumption, like iron filings around a magnetic force. Your world cannot contradict your state. It cannot rebel against your assumption. It cannot operate independently of the consciousness experiencing it, because you are the source. When you take on a new identity, I am loved, I am abundant, I am chosen, I am powerful, you are not hoping. You are not pretending. You are not convincing the universe. You are selecting a version of reality already stored within infinite consciousness. And once selected, the path becomes unavoidable. Life begins to shift. People behave differently. Opportunities appear. Closed doors collapse. New channels open. Random events interlock in impossible precision. And yet, and this is the heartbreaking part, most people don't recognize any of this while it's happening. Because they are too busy doing the one thing that stops the bridge from carrying them. They keep looking down. They walk 5 steps, 10 steps, 20 steps, then doubt creeps in. I don't see anything changing. Maybe it's not working. Maybe I chose wrong. Maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe I should switch techniques. Maybe it's too late. And with every moment of doubt, they stop. Some even walk backward, back to the old identity, back to the old story, back to the old assumptions that built the life they're trying to escape. Not because the bridge failed, but because they stopped moving. The difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck is not intelligence or spirituality or worthiness. It is simply this: those who succeed keep walking when they can't see the end. Not because they're delusional, not because they're blind, but because they know the end already exists. This is not faith without evidence. It is understanding that evidence arrives through movement, not before. Look back at your life. Think of something you once desired deeply, a dream, a relationship, an opportunity, an idea. When it finally arrived, it almost never came in the way you expected. Why? Because the conscious mind sees a tiny fraction of what is possible. It wants straight lines. It wants clarity. It wants certainty. But the universe navigates through complexity that your mind cannot comprehend. Millions of variables, connections, timings, micro-decisions happening through people who don't even know they're playing a role in your story. A canceled meeting, a sudden impulse, a casual conversation, a forgotten email, a chosen seat on a train, a random thought that feels too loud to ignore. This is the bridge. This is the orchestration. This is the invisible architecture of your assumption pulling you forward. Nothing is random once you understand who you are. And yet, the more people care about a desire, the more they sabotage it. Not because the desire is hard, not because the universe is testing them, not because the timing isn't right, but because the mind is loud, terrified, attached, obsessed. The mind tries to force what consciousness already completed. It tries to speed up what is already inevitable. It tries to control a path that was never meant to be linear. So what happens? They monitor every detail. They check for signs. They analyze every message. They replay old memories. They search for meaning in every delay. They drown themselves in affirmations. They switch methods every 3 days. They try to fix themselves endlessly. This is not manifestation. This is mental resistance disguised as effort. The universe does not respond to obsession. It responds to identity. And identity is quiet. Identity is calm. Identity is stable. Identity is direct. Identity doesn't grasp. It doesn't plead. It doesn't panic. Identity simply says, "This is who I am now," and the world reshapes itself accordingly. This is the third secret. Manifestation flows when you stop trying to control it. Creation is not forced. Creation is allowed. Think about nature. The seed doesn't try to become a tree. The river doesn't try to reach the ocean. The sun doesn't try to rise. It simply happens because its nature makes it inevitable. You are the same, not a struggler, not a chaser, not a beggar, a creator. And creation occurs through state, not effort. So how do you move through the bridge faster? How do you align with your manifestation without resistance? Through one thing, presence. Not passive presence, staring at the wall waiting for magic, but active presence. When you work deeply, when you create, when you move your body, when you engage with something that matters, when you enter flow, when you lose track of time because you're absorbed in yourself. In those moments, your mind becomes quiet. Your doubts become irrelevant. Your nervous system stops interfering. Your consciousness takes over. And manifestation moves faster because you stop blocking what is already in motion. You have experienced this. Every major breakthrough in your life arrived when you weren't obsessively staring at the clock. The call came when you forgot about it. The opportunity appeared when you were immersed in something else. The encounter happened when you were fully here. Why? Because manifestation loves an empty space. When the mind stops gripping, the path opens. This is not a suggestion. This is a pattern, a law. The more present you are, the faster the bridge unfolds. Because presence aligns you with the intelligence that organized the bridge in the first place. The subconscious, the deeper, infinite intelligence within you, operates millions of times faster than your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is a flashlight. Your subconscious is the sun. When you focus too much on controlling the process, you dim the sun with a flashlight. When you become present, you let the full light move. So what is the real goal of manifestation? Not to get something, not to attract something, not to force the universe. The real goal is simple. Become the version of you who already has it. Not in fantasy, not in pretending, not in spiritual bypassing, but in identity. Identity shifts everything. Identity changes the timeline. Identity collapses the path. Identity activates the bridge. And once activated, you cannot avoid the destination unless you choose not to walk. Your only task now is simple. Keep going. Keep assuming. Keep embodying. Keep being the end. Keep knowing that what you want is not coming, it is pulling you. There is a version of you where everything you desire is normal, expected, natural, effortless. You don't have to convince that version to exist. You only have to step into it. This is the final secret. You are not becoming. You are remembering. Remembering who you are. Remembering what you can create. Remembering that reality bends to you, not the other way around. Your manifestation is not ahead of you. It is not behind you. It is not outside of you. It is here, complete, whole, finished. And the moment you accept this, the bridge reveals its next step, and then the next, and then the next. Not because you force it, but because you are finally moving in harmony with the truth. You are the creator. The world is your mirror, and the end is already done. Now all that's left is to walk the path that leads you to the life consciousness finished long ago. This is your power. This is your nature. This is your inevitability. Keep walking.